Hi, this is Tom Dolan. Welcome to our first video for Sunday School Presidents. This video is all about visiting Sunday School classes. Classroom visits can be a difficult experience for you and for teachers, but it doesn't have to be that way. They can also be a very positive and valuable experience and make it possible for you to support your teachers and help them improve their effectiveness in the classroom. An effective classroom visit begins well before you enter the classroom door. At least a week before the possible visit, have a conversation with the teacher. Ask them how their class is going. Take careful note of any challenges that they might mention. Ask if you can sit in on their class sometime. Emphasize that your sole purpose in visiting is to help support them. If they say that everything is fine, tell them that you want to see their secrets to success. The day of the visit, let the teacher know that you'll be coming by that day. If you might be coming in late, let them know too. If you are late, make sure that you enter quickly and quietly and take your seat without disturbance. Often, I find that it's helpful to sit in the back of the classroom, or if they're sitting in a circle, at the end of the circle. By your expression and presence, communicate that you are happy to be there. During the visit, pay attention to the following things. First, the teacher's emotional signals. Do they seem uncomfortable or anxious? Do they seem like they are rushing through the lesson? Or are they confident, relaxed, and expressing a positive spirit? Do they communicate love, care, and kindness to the students? A teacher's emotional signals are important. Distressed teachers are not effective and probably unhappy with their calling. Teachers' emotions shape student perceptions of the class and are often reflected back to them. If they are not sending positive signals to their students, it is unlikely that teachers will receive them from their students, and teaching will feel harder and less spiritual. New teachers are particularly likely to be anxious or stressed by their callings and feel like they are just struggling to make it through class. If this is true, they need your support. Second, the tone of the classroom. Are students connecting with each other and the teacher, or is the tone impersonal or uninspired? Do you feel the spirit in this class? Do the students seem to feel the spirit? Are they happy, and are they happy to be there? This is really important because the spirit is the most important teacher in Sunday school. If students are to build their testimonies, they need to experience the spirit as well as learn doctrine. It's also really important because with youth, it's important that they want to be in Sunday school. It's important for adults to want to be there too, but these years are so formative for youth that it's really important that they want to be there, and a positive tone is an essential part of that. Finally, a word of warning. Particularly with youth classes, it's important that you not confuse volume level for spirituality. A quiet class is not necessarily a more spiritual one. I find personally that a lively class is almost always better than one where the students are silent through force of will or boredom. Next, the level of student engagement. Do students participate in discussions, or does the class mostly involve the teacher talking? If not, why not? Is it because the teacher lectures without giving the students an opportunity to participate? Is it because the teacher's questions fail to generate discussion? Or is it because the students are just refusing to respond? Active engagement is just vital for good Sunday school classes. It can also be very hard to generate. Part of this is a question of lesson planning, but part of it is the product of the relationship between students and teachers. Helping teachers improve discussion can involve helping them to improve both the way that they conduct their lessons and their relationships with their students. Next, the clarity of the gospel message. Here, the question is the instructor presenting an important gospel message in clear terms appropriate to the student's level of understanding? Sometimes we find that teachers are tempted to include too much in a lesson, confusing the message for the students. Personally, as a rule of thumb, most youth Sunday school lessons should focus on one core message or principle, and that's really a question of lesson planning. As a rule, I think the same is probably true for most adult Sunday school classes as well. It's also very important that teachers correctly calibrate their teaching to their students' level of understanding. While younger youth, investigators, and new members may still need to be taught the most basic foundations of the gospel, older youth and adults may need more enriched lessons that help them to apply the gospel to their lives or to answer questions that they may have. Next, effective use of church materials. Is the teacher using church curriculum materials effectively? Do they engage students in the scriptures? Are the words of modern apostles and prophets introduced to them? If videos are used, do they help advance the lesson, or do they replace teaching and discussion? Now, it's important to note that different teachers have different styles, and not everyone needs to use materials in the same ways. Still, different learners can benefit from some variance in styles, and some teachers may not be aware of all the resources available to them. Now, this list is not exhaustive. You may notice other important things that are going on in the classroom. Keep your eyes and your heart open, and your mind open to the Spirit, so you're ready to receive inspiration about how best to help students and teachers. At the end of the class, be sure to take a moment to thank the teacher for letting you attend the class. Share something of what you learned. Share at least one thing that you think the teacher did well. Ask them how they thought the class went. If you think that the teacher is having some challenges, and particularly if the teacher says that they are, ask them to sit down for 5 minutes after church or some other time that week. When you meet with them to talk about these challenges, be sure it's not in a place like a crowded hallway. You're going to want to be positive. Stress at both the beginning and the end the good things that they are doing and thank them for their service. Offer no more than 2 suggestions for improvement, and be careful that when you express these suggestions, you are humble and not at all critical when explaining why you are offering that suggestion. Don't worry too much if they don't immediately accept it. View the suggestion as a seed that you are planting, rather than an order or an instruction. If, during this meeting, they ask you for help, make a plan with them to help. In order to do this, you need to know the resources that are available to you, like church teaching videos or manuals, experienced teachers in the ward who might be able to counsel them, and others, and be ready to deploy these resources. After the visit, ponder your experience. Organize your thoughts about what you learned about both students and teachers. Think about how you can help and support the teacher in the future. If the experience reveals issues that need to be mentioned to a member of the bishopric, schedule time to talk to the bishop counselor who deals with Sunday school. Overall, periodically visiting Sunday school classes is an important, even essential part of the Sunday school president calling. While it can be awkward if done without preparation and care, it can also be a powerful and positive experience. Good luck in conducting these visits, and thank you for your service.